Hello everybody, in today's video I am going to be showing you the 5 best wrecks in Subnautica. Alright, so first things first, you are going to want to come to this tube that is right outside of... That's just right outside the water. Let me get on top of it. Oh yeah, you're going to want to get to this tube that's just right outside of the water. There is another one, it's right over there. But it's pretty close, so it shouldn't be too much of a difference. This is what the surroundings look like. Kind of a drop off over there, kind of one over there. There's also like a little archway right here. Yeah. Now, before we get going, there are a couple things you would need. I would recommend getting a Seamoth with 3 upgrades. I would recommend the sonar upgrade. I would recommend the defense. And the last one I recommend is Seamoth Depth Module Mark II. It's the one that takes you 500 meters down. The last 2 things you're going to need is a compass and a laser cutter. I would say these are more important than the Seamoth and all the upgrades, because without the laser cutter, you actually just can't go into some of the wreck, and the compass is just going to make traveling a lot easier. Alright, so from this coral tube, you are going to want to line yourself up 1 notch to the left of southeast, and then just go forward. Should be entering the grassy plateau pretty soon. And then you can actually see it right now. This is the wreck we're going to. This is honestly like one of the first important wrecks of the entire game. There's other wrecks like in the kelp forest and the shave shallows, but they're not really that important. Like, they're important obviously, but like they're not crazy important. All right, so this is the entrance just on the other side. Going to want to come in here. There's a bunch of loot crates in here. You can find some mobile vehicle bays, but I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you have a Seamoth, so you probably don't need that. I would recommend scanning this picture frame because picture frames are a lot of fun. Battery charger in here, super important because nobody wants to just continue to craft batteries. And then you can see this door right here. Is there anything else in here? No, there is another entrance / exit though. Let's open this door real quick. Bam. Now in here we have a propulsion cannon fragment. And we have this basic plant.
You're so dumb.
We have this plant pot. We also have benches, but they're really not that important. There is also a natural selection poster in here. Another battery charger. Obviously you're going to want that. Alright, and then you turn to the left, and then there's this lightweight, high-capacity Air 2 tank. There's also a modification station. Really important. You need this to beat the game. Then you can come down here. There's another door right here. Mobile vehicle bay again. Don't need that one. Another modification station. Another data bank too. Which one is this? This one is a vehicle upgrade console. Super important. And then this is actually the last battery charger that I would need. Never mind, it's only 2. I thought it was 3. My bad. And then there is nothing in this room. At least nothing spawned in this room for me. Something might spawn in there for you. But alright, so from here now, obviously you would like to leave. So let's just retrace our steps through here. Bam. This way, this way, this way. Bam. That is the exit right there. I do want to go through this vent. Okay, well, it's just another entrance / exit. Bam, that is wreck number 1 done. We can cross that one off the list.
2 very boring minutes later.
Alright, the next wreck from this coral tube again, you're going to want to just come out of the way a little bit. Then you're going to want to go 1 notch to the left of north. And then just go straight. Now this is where I would recommend using your sonar just so you can kind of see where you're going. Now if it is daytime, then obviously it's going to be so much easier. But if you are doing this at nighttime, the sonar is such a big help, dude. It's such a big help. Alright. Now you can see the wreck right there. Perfect. Alright, so this wreck is kind of important because it's pretty late game because it has Cyclops engine fragments. It's got prawn suit fragments. There might be I got... Well, you just stuck there, bro. I got pretty unlucky with this spawn. Normally, there's more Cyclops engine fragments. But... Oh, yeah, there's another one. There's 2 of them. There's also a drill arm right there. Nice. And then there's obviously these food crates, or these the supply crates, if you will. Now, in the wreck, bam, now we open this door. There's nothing in this first room of importance, at least nothing to me. Nothing in this room either. Nothing in this room either, unless you care about getting all the plant pots, which I actually do care, but I don't actually know if there is a difference. Not much of anything in this one too, or in this room, sorry. Alright, this room. Oh, alright, now we're in this room. Let's go through here. This one's got just a normal prawn suit fragment. It's got propulsion arms. It's got a fire suppression, which is really good. I use it all the time. It's got this data terminal. There's a grappling arm right there. There is swim charge fins. I love swim charge fins. I love them. And then, yeah, that's really about it. There is a stasis rifle. At least I got lucky with a stasis rifle. You might not find a stasis rifle, but it's not that big of a deal if you do, or if you don't find one. There anything else in here? Not in this room, but there is... I think this is the exit. I think this is an exit. Yep, I was right. Alright, so that is this wreck done. So, oh. And then there is one more blueprint over here. It is a creature decoy, which I never really used, but I'm sure there's so many uses for him. Alright, on to the next wreck. Alright, so for the third wreck, we are back at this coral thing. You're going to want to aim yourself 2 notches to the left of northeast and then go straight. This one is really far, 1,500 meters away, but this one is super good. Alright, now you should see this cloud coming up, and you're going to see what... Yep, there we go. Alright, once you get to the island, you are going to want to just hug the right. Guys, do be careful. There is a Reaper pretty close to here. Of course, he didn't show himself right there, but he is pretty close. So just be careful. I would say just hug the wall and stay as high as possible. And then eventually, yep, there's the Reaper. He is puppy guarding it, but that's okay. Now you can see the gun, the big gun. All right. And now, once you see the gun, make sure the Reaper isn't that close, and then honestly just kind of just gun it down and hope for the best. To be perfectly honest with you, I would again try and like hug the floor, because I've noticed this, it really works. If you just like hug the floor or the wall, they kind of don't really go for you. They kind of don't really go for you. It's kind of great. All right. Now, there is another Reaper right over there. Yep, there he is. So I would recommend putting your Seamoth just behind this, like pretty much right next to this door. And
200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Alright, now we have this blueprint right here. Alien containment, absolutely huge. This is a grappling arm right here. Bam. There is another grappling arm. There's a nuclear reactor right up there. Yep, there's this nuclear reactor. There also should be some Cyclops engine fragments. I haven't seen any yet, though. Oh, there's one. Bam. This should be my second one. Yep. And then we have... Oh, wait. Is there any more? Or is that it? Oh, there's one. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And that's just the inside of the... Or that's just... And that's just the outside of the wreck. We still have a whole inside to explore. Alright, now that this is open, there's a torpedo, I'm sorry. There is propulsion cannon, though. There's also the stated download.
Safety protocol CSP-21 before handling classified cargo.
Alright, bam, more propulsion arms. Cyclops thermal reactor module, super good. A bed, I guess, but like, I mean, it's just a bed. Honestly, for this wreck, you're totally good. This is mostly an outdoor wreck. Everything on the outside is kind of more important than what's on the inside. But that does not mean the outside is, or the inside. But that does not mean the inside of that wreck is bad. Now, when you are leaving here, again, do be careful. I would recommend, again, just hugging the wall and staying as close to land as possible. If one of the Reapers do get you, just use your defense matrix, or not your defense matrix, sorry, I play Overwatch a lot. Use your defense and you should be fine. They don't really like it. Literally all you have to do is click it and then they'll probably get off of you. On to the next wreck. Alright, so for this next one, you are going to want to do 3.5 notches to the right of southwest, and then just like the rest of them, you're just going to want to go forward. You know you're coming up on it once you see, first of all, this giant, like, slash in the ground, and then right next to it, you should see another one. This one leads to blood kelp, which, if you guys don't know, this is actually my least favorite biome in the whole game. This biome fucking terrifies me. Sorry. Alright. I would recommend taking this entrance, but it literally doesn't matter. There's a PDA here. There is another nuclear reactor fragment. There's a nuclear reactor fragment. There's this vent, which goes nowhere. Awesome. Empty vents. Okay. There's a battery charger. Oh, that's not a battery charger. There's a modification station, but at this point, I don't really think you need that. There's drill arms. There's torpedo arms. Bam and bam. So this is the door I just came from. There is another one right here that you can go into. This one has a Cyclops sonar upgrade, which is really good. And then there's this door right here. Nothing spawned in here for me. I would recommend checking just in case. There's another nuclear reactor in here too. Bam. Drill arm 2, and then that's, I'm pretty sure that's it. Oops. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. I think this vent is an exit, but I'm not actually 100% sure. Oh. It's not an exit. Oh, I've never been in this room before. Okay, well there's a... Oh. Okay, got it. Oh, there's a, okay. There's also a laser. I did some scouting for this video. I did not see this door here. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't actually think I've ever seen this door in any of the playthroughs I've done. Alright, fall. What is in here? There's another vent. I saw that. Nothing immediately. What's through here? Absolutely nothing. Through here, again, absolutely nothing. And then this vent. Oh, is this where that vent? Oh, got it. Okay. Okay, bam, bam, bam. Alright, bam. Now we can just leave through here, and you can, if you need oxygen, obviously go get oxygen, but there is still some stuff out here. Another nuclear reactor fragment. A Cyclops fire suppression system. I already have it, but if you don't have it, then it's really, really good. I do recommend it. But I do believe that's it for this wreck. So on to the next one. Alright, 5th and final wreck. Don't know why it says wreck 6. I labeled it wrong. My bad. Alright, so from this coral tube, you're going to want to line yourself directly southwest and then just go forward. Alright, so we're coming up on it real quick here. Once you see this hole in the middle right here, you know you're coming up. There's actually a little bit of wreck in the hole, but that doesn't really matter right now. So there's two wrecks here. There's two mini wrecks here. There's one right here, and then there's one to the top left. Yep, right there. The one in the top left is the important one, at least for me. There's only one thing in here that is of importance, but it's really good. It's really good. It's the Cyclops Fire Suppression System, and I already have it in this example, but it is really important. It's also really, really good. I think it's really underused, honestly, but that's just me. There is also one thing here. Where is it? Let me find it. There it is. There it is. I found it. All right, so this is the vehicle upgrade console. Super important for, like, I mean, obviously upgrading your vehicles, but yeah. And then there's also bioreactors, thermal reactors, benches, I guess, too. There's some arms here too for the prawn suit, but yeah, pretty well-rounded one. Definitely an early game one, but still really, really good and useful. And like I said, there is a little bit more in the hole, but it's really not that much. Alright everybody, I hope this helped. I hope you found all the wrecks with no problems, no Reapers getting in your way. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.